this on to my brother,
Okay.
Van Jules, who can take it from here.
Jamel and I, we spent the past hour, been talking to Killer Mike. We've been talking to Elaine Welteroth. We also got a chance to see that amazing video from Lil Baby. Jamel, what did you get from your conversation with Killer Mike? And more importantly to me, what do you make of this moment that we're in?
The one thing you can always expect from Killer Mike is blunt honesty. I think that's why a lot of people look at him as a really credible voice right now. He's honest about what he knows and honest about what he doesn't know. So I think when you have those elements, that's going to always make for a pretty good conversation. I'm with you. I mean, this moment at the same time is welcome. It's also a little bit surreal in terms of what took us so long to get here, to make sure that we're not always starting from ground zero every time we have to have a significant conversation about race in this country.
Why do you think it's different this time? Because, I mean, there have been videos before, and yet people still now act like they're shocked. Help me understand what's different this time from your point of view. What's your theory?
It's two things that I think stood out about the George Floyd video. One, there was no yeah, but. And granted, in my mind, we've seen videos where there was no yeah, but people nevertheless invented a yeah, but. But in this one, there really wasn't one. Even if you were Stretch Armstrong trying to stretch and find one, there just wasn't one. What always has just stuck with me is the look on this officer's face as he was kneeling on George Floyd's neck. It was so cold. It was as if this were Thursday. And he showed such little emotion, remorse, any emotion you want to name. He didn't show any of that as he killed a man in the middle of the street with bystanders looking on. So I think that situation, coupled with the fact we had already been reeling from Ahmaud Arbery, we had already been reeling from Breonna Taylor. And even though the situation wasn't fatal, there was definitely a storm of frustration at what happened with Christian Cooper. So this all together leads us to this moment where finally, even the most adamant naysayers who wanted to pretend as if this wasn't a structural problem, what could they say? I mean, there was nothing else that could be said. And I think everybody who was already fed up decided now is the moment, now is the time. The world has slowed down because of COVID-19. If we are going to address this, this needs to happen now.
I've never seen 20, 30 million white people asking black people for leadership. That's interesting because they start, well, what do you want me to do? I'm like, well, I don't know. Google is a powerful tool. I don't know. I'm realizing now, though, that this is an honest question. How do you think that we as African
Bueno, gente, ahora sí, ahora yes, y todo lo que van a escuchar. Esto es lo que está pasando.
I'm glad you used the word leadership because there's a difference between
Pero que subo a lo más alto. La verdad, estoy escuchando y está bastante bueno. Entré sin saber porque hace bastante que no juego Fortnite y quise ver los cambios y me di cuenta que vino alguien más, no sé, no me acuerdo el nombre, de Capitán América creo que es, y tipo, me monté con este y dije, voy a entrar fuerte, vamos a cambiar de cosito, de skin. Ay, no lo estoy escuchando, la pucha. Cambia el señor este y de esto pase a este. Así que... listo. ¿Qué pasó? Gente, ¿qué pasó? Ah, como que se tildó, yo qué sé.
To reconcile this issue. So we have to figure out what is the most useful way of allyship.
Pero no sé si alguien se dio cuenta, pero seguramente alguien más se ha dado cuenta. Pero cuando aparezca ella, se los muestra, ¿vale?
I can't take any more double-sidedness. There can't be no more other-siderism. If I may make up for
Señor, ¿puede salir? Que les quiero mostrar algo a la gente. Gracias. Señor, molesta, señor. ¿Qué le pasa, señor?
That's great. Charity's great. Charity doesn't change structural racism, right? What changes it is when you actively...
No, ahí está el Midas, o parece un Midas. Para mí es un Midas, pero bueno, ahí está. Y ahí está mi skin, la skin que tenía antes, la de la sala. Estaría bueno subirse a esta piedra, ¿no?
In a no-win situation. I want our white sisters and brothers to be educated and to be here more. But I don't want to have to bear the burden of trying to teach and
Black Panther.
The reason you pay tuition is because it's
no sé si es lo del tema político de Black Panther, pero Black Panther, yo la Pantera Negra.
Also, I think we have to be very honest. Nobody would go up to somebody.
Oh, fuerte, el que tuvo esa idea es buenardo.
In 5 minutes. And by the way, make me feel good about it. But, I mean,
¿Cómo subió ahí?
Hold on a second. Like, you want me to teach
Se tiró de allá.
which is the history of race in America is just as complicated as Russian. And you want me to teach you that in 5 minutes. And also, if I make you feel bad about it in any way, now I gotta be your
Tengo la mejor vista, perra. Y nadie se dio cuenta.
I would love for somebody to come
Ahí está el Midas.
I made my whole family watch the 13th and read the new Jim Crow and White Fragility.
No conozco ninguna de
on page 52. Now, hey, we can have that conversation all day long because you're doing your homework. So don't flop on me like you never heard of Google. If you want to know about cryptocurrencies or whatever, you find that stuff out before any black person ever heard of it. So I'm sure you can educate yourself about anything you want to know. I have to say something to you because I've never gotten a chance to talk to you. I feel like I know you because I'm such a big, mad, crazy fan and fan. But I love you to death. I just am so proud of you. I say I'm proud of you almost in catch. I am so proud that you exist. Where do you find the strength to continue to do what you're doing and say what you're saying, even in the face of opposition, to the point where now the whole world has to listen to you? Where did you find the strength when they weren't listening?
I guess maybe this is just part of the black woman's condition is that we don't know any other way. And most of us, I come from a line of black women who were just like this. My mother's like this. My grandmother was like this, where it's the old phrase we've all used as black people, making a way out of no way. And scream until they hear you. You know what I'm saying? Is that because the opposite, to do the opposite of that is that I can't even afford to do that. I don't know any other mode but to fight for what's right, but to try to stand on the right side of history, but to speak for people who don't have a voice or a platform as large as mine because somebody did it for me.
What advice do you have for people who want to have these conversations, maybe not as well spoken, not as well read as you might be, but who really are sincere and want to have a conversation?
I think you have to start from a point of honesty and being real about what some of your beliefs, biases are, where they come from, why you learned them. I think if you take anything else beyond race, as we get older, we do a whole lot of unlearning. Young folks, when you get to like your 30s, you do a whole lot of that, right? But my advice is to always start from the point of truth and honesty and self-awareness, and you'd be surprised what you can get accomplished just by digging into those things. I mean, if you know you come from a racist background, or if you come from where race was talking about a certain way, be honest about what those conversations were and what they taught you, and ask yourself, is this the kind of person that you really want to be?
Yeah, I feel like there's a 21st century mindset, 21st century skill set that everybody's going to need.
Me choco con esa.
And we're going to be dealing with people, every color, flavor, every kind of human being ever.
Ahí no hay nadie más.
Because of the internet, because it's just the world economy. You're going to be competing against people
Por
in
intentar saltarlo.
Nigeria. That's just the world. So you have to have a mindset of empathy to really try to understand where people are coming from. You have to have a skill set of listening. If you understand this conversation, you can talk to black folk and brown folk and Muslims, everybody else. So we're trying to convert a benefit to you. We're trying to make you better. It'll make my life better. It'll make your life better too.
Buenardo, amigo.
What character are you supporting?
Well, some people can maybe see my T-shirt. It says "Support Black Journalists," right? The lack of still Black journalists in most
Conseguí este truco,
newsrooms
lo pueden
is
hacer
pretty
todos.
appalling. What changed my life and what got me really on the right path in this business was being a member of the National Association of Black Journalists. NABJ is our largest minority journalism organization in the country. The development, the networking, job fair, internships, scholarships, what happens there has changed lives. It changed a lot of people's
Desconecto el micro y vamos, que nos vamos. Chau.
That are a part of this organization and have been able to build legacies there. And so it's on us to, again, usher in this next generation of young journalists who, I get it right now, feeling really discouraged when they look at not just what a lot of newsrooms look like, a lot of networks look like, but also we're under the under the shadow of a pandemic right now. So there's a lot of journalists who have lost their jobs. A lot of companies are downsizing. They need a reason to believe and to be in this business. And so NABJ has done so much for my career and continues to do that for others. So that's the charity that I support and the organization that has changed my life and that of many others.
Well, listen, I second that, third that, and fourth that. NABJ is a beautiful organization. I've got groups I want to support as well. But what I want to say to you is just thank you for your light, for your leadership, for your courage, for your entrepreneurship.
Perdón, gente, pero le tenía que decir a esto que el tipo tiene amigos, el tipo tiene tiene juguetitos, no sé si decirle juguetes, pero esa parte tiene muñecos. Oh,
I got good news for you. I got bad news.
¿no ven?
The good news is that people are activating
Ahí
all
están
around
los
the world,
juguetes, como yo les digo.
for change.
Yo les digo amigos en realidad. Y parecen de Fortnite.
This is not a one answer fixes everything situation. We're talking about systemic problems, which means it's not just one law or one person. You need 360 degrees of change to shift to get the outcome that's right.
No, rojo no.
But we can get there if we keep talking, if we keep working, if we keep building. And if we do that, we can reshape America. That can be done. It's been done in the past. We can move the whole world in a better direction.
I love you.
Hope that your cell phone right now is full of screenshots of these tools that we've been trying to give you to continue taking action from this virtual town hall. When the stream ends, the conversation should not end. We got to keep pushing. We got to keep going. You're in an important moment in history. But what you do is going to determine the outcome. 2020 is going to be talked about for 20 years, 100 years, maybe 1,000 years. But the future's not written. It's up to what you and I do and what you and I decide is going to happen. So I want to give a special thanks to the powerful voices that we've had: Elaine Welteroth, Killer Mike, Jamel Hill. Make sure you visit 50percentpledge.org to learn more about the power of money. Also visit my organization, reformalliance.com. We're trying to make a change. Let's be about it, not just talk about it. I'm Van Jones.
De NASCAR. Buenardo, gente. No sé si sigue esto. Me parece que no. Me parece que no. Me parece. Como que se escuchaba algo, yo no lo escuchaba, pero como que algo se escuchaba. Gente bastante buena, me pareció a mí, o sea, bastante bien. Y ahora está para... Sí. Soy el rey del mundo, gente, miren. Yo lo veo así, yo lo estoy viendo así. Bueno, gente, acá termina el directo de hoy. Era nada más para mostrarle esto y este bug. Miren, no me caigo. ¡Ah! Mira. Bueno, gente, ya vamos que nos vamos. Esta no va a ser una partida, o sea, no va a ser para nada una partida. Creo que voy a jugar seguramente partidas en solitario, porque como es costumbre, vamos a jugar una partida en solitario. Ah, y le puse minero porque dije, lo voy a poner rápido, así la gente que no tiene Fortnite, o no tiene Play, o no tiene PC y así, y no se puede descargar Fortnite, o tiene la Play y no se puede descargar Fortnite. A mí al principio me pasaba, bueno, así la gente por lo menos puede, ¿no? Yo conozco un montón de gente que no puede, conozco mucha, pero mucha gente. ¿Y por qué se unieron acá? ¿Por qué están acá? A ver. Ah, si vos aparecías ahí, te podías ir por acá y llegabas justo. ¡Ole! ¡Ole! ¡No! ¡Ole! ¡Ole! ¡No, hijo de mil! ¡Ay, ay, ay! ¡Ay, este no sabe saltar! ¡Oh! Se colgó las piernas, ¿cómo hizo eso? Nah. ¿Puedo tocarle el búho? No, sonó re mal. Buito. ¿Qué te pasa? ¿Qué estaba me dando? ¡No! ¡No! Bueno, gente, alguien está girando, ¿no? Tipo, me paso, ¿Cómo seguro? Ay, no. Ah, bueno, me tengo que subir y voy a bailar. Voy a ir sentadito ahí, tranquilito. Sentadito, tranquilito. Tranqui. Voy en el bus. ¡Hijo de mil! Te odio, se salió con la suya. Bueno, gente, eso era para mostrarles, así que creo que nos vemos otro día.